guys, so this will be the third time that I'm trying to shoot this video, and fingers crossed the third time will be the charm. So I wanted to upload this video to talk about a couple different things. The first one being, I never really explained why I wear wigs or why I decided to start a wig channel. And the second one is just to talk about a couple wigs. One, this Jon Renau Miranda and Frost that I got like last month. I haven't worn her yet. And then what happened when I tried to water dye a hand-me-down human hair Raquel Welch, which is a fail, but I salvaged it, so it's kind of funny. So just to get into it, I want to talk about, to begin with, why I wear wigs. I've been wearing wigs since about 2010, and it's due to having trichotillomania. With my trichotillomania, I ripped the hair, it's hair focused. So the bodily focused repetitive behavior, BFRB, that I have with my trichotillomania is that I focus on the hair on my scalp, and I will focus on other body hair too. But mainly my focus is on my scalp. So I decided to just give myself a break and start wearing wigs around 2011 full time, because that's also when the wigs got more believable, with lace fronts becoming more common and stuff. I dabbled with it in like 2009, but back when I first dabbled in it, they had the monofilament tops, which looked nice, but without the lace front and without it being like a rooted color, without those being so common, I couldn't really make it something that I would feel comfortable wearing every day. So my first wig that I got started wearing with was the Raquel Welch Scene Stealer in Shaded Biscuit, which is RL, which stands for Real Life 19/23 SS, which stands for Shadow Shade. And it was heat friendly fiber, which is really nice in blondes because it's a matte fiber, so it looked very realistic. I felt really comfortable in it. Actually, strike that. That's the second one that I wore regularly. The very first one I wore regularly was Tony of Beverly, and I think it was Bennett in Strawberry Frost. That one was the first one I wore regularly, and that was beautiful. I still love that color. Strawberry Frost is beautiful. I wish that it would come in a rooted shade, because the cap on the Tony of Beverly's, they're kind of pricey. They don't like their wigs to go on sale regularly, so it makes it harder to get them. Like, they were kind of out of my reach when they doubled down on not wanting the store coupons to work on those. But they're pricier because the entire wig is monofilament, which means it's all hand tied, but it doesn't have the cluster knotting on the rest of it. So if you wanted to, you could, wear it half up, half down. It wouldn't be an issue. You wouldn't run into cluster knots. Unfortunately, with that, nice monofilament cap throughout the whole cap, my bio hair is darker, like I'd say a light brown to dark blonde, and it would show through on the blonde of that Strawberry Frost. So I felt like I was having to dye my bio hair because I don't like wearing wig caps. So I switched over to the Raquel Welch Scene Stealer in Shaded Biscuit, and that's a beautiful wig. The only bad thing is that heat-friendly fibers, they're nice. They are great for blondes because they look super natural, because they're really matte. They're not extra shiny, but it doesn't last. It ends up frizzing pretty quickly compared to, just the regular monocrylic fibers. So anyway, I wore Scene Stealer for a few years, and when I began wearing wigs, I was still married, and I just always had to have a wig like every 4 to 6 months, and it always had to be the same wig because I was didn't want everybody knowing I wore wigs, which is just funny to me now. But I kind of got out of caring about that after I got divorced. It didn't really matter to me anymore. you know, it's just people wear them. It's not a big deal. But what I'm wearing today is the Kim by Jon Renau, which is human hair. I got it from Wigs. It is in the color 14/26S10, also known as shaded pralines and cream, which is confusing because they have another shade called, which is cool tone, called shaded praline. Anyway, this one's a warm toned, very warm toned in the human hair, not as much so in the synthetic, but it's one of my favorite Jon Renau colors. And Gardeau long rooted it for me, so I don't know if the it comes from the factory with this much rooting on it. The only thing about this wig is that it's went up in price about $300 since I purchased it in January, so that might be, you know, even more out of reach for some people. You know, I've been wearing wigs for 10 years before last year I started being able to even get into human hair pieces. And then the other thing about it is a very layered style. So when I try to put my hair back in a ponytail or something, just put it back in a ponytail or something, the layers will come out and it drives me insane, if you can see. So it's like, it's long. I'd say it's like 22 inches. And it's not bad. It's not bad hair quality. I think the Milano ponytail wig that I have is better hair quality, but I got in a bad habit of sleeping in it for a few months, so it's kind of stretched out the cap. But the hair still is beautiful. It's very soft. The Jon Renau hair is not bad quality, but it's really dry. It's a mix of Indian and Chinese, I think, but it's a beautiful piece though. And to get around the layering, because it drives me nuts, all this layering that's there, I don't want it constantly in my face because it's long. I just do like a half up, half down style. If you can see the difference of how short it is compared to the rest. I don't think I will repurchase a Jon Renau human hair piece, just because I feel like you're kind of paying for the availability of them. They're just always like, you know, they just have their standard catalog. And the lace fronts on some of the Jon Renau pieces, I've experienced about 3 or 4 of them out of all the ones that I bought being kind of waved, and that was the case on this one. So when I got this one, I kind of trimmed it down with, hold on, I did not write out a little script for this video, as I'm in the habit to do when I make videos. But I bought these Fiskars because people in the wig groups are always saying, well, this lace front, I can't work with this or whatever, but I always trim them just to make them realistic. In this case, with this wig, I didn't have a choice because the lace front was waved and like stretched out or something, which I've experienced that 3 or 4 other times with Jon Renau pieces. And this, you know, when I bought this, which was a good price from Gardeau, but it was, you know, over $1,800. And I don't know about the rest of you, but that's an investment to me, and I don't want to deal with the lace front being funky on something that costs that much. So to make it wearable, because I'm an ear tucker anyway, so I always have a little piece of hair. This is how I've worn my hair since high school. I do not have corona. I'm just talking a lot, and I should probably get some water the next video. But anyway, I just trimmed it with these smallest pair of curved Fiskars that Joann's carries. They were on sale, fortunately for me, and I just stuck it on my wig head and pinned it in with, you know, these nifty little clothing pins so it stays in place, and I just went through and very carefully trimmed it. I don't think I would have been brave enough to do that like 10 years ago, but now I've practiced enough on, you know, old wigs and stuff that it's not a big deal to me anymore. So this looks like it's going into a long wig video, so I apologize about that. Anyway, I have been off for like, 4 years, so hopefully it's not too big of a problem for any of you guys. So back to what I was talking about. So I wanted to start this channel. Well, first of all, I kind of felt what Blondilocks was doing when she was on YouTube. She was a very uplifting person, and she didn't let her alopecia bother her in the least, and she helped me a lot, especially when I first got divorced. And she had a video, even though she's married. Hopefully she's still married. They seemed very happy together. But she had a video talking about, like, well, as you have something to tell the other person, you're scared to tell them about your wigs, just remember that as scared as you are to tell them, what you're embarrassed about, which in this case would be wigs, they have something they're just as scared to tell you, and that meant a lot to me. That meant a lot to me when back in 2014, 2015, or actually 2015, I did not date when I was going through my 1.5-year divorce. But back in 2015, when she had that video, that meant a lot to me. So she's not in the wig space anymore on YouTube, and I thought that I would come back, invest a little bit. I'm doing this on my phone. I mean, we'll do this in bits and pieces. I just got a tripod and a ring light so that I could make better quality videos compared to what I had uploaded before. But for now, it's going to be happening on my phone. Anyway, that's why I wanted to make a real video, kind of explain everything out. And I also want to share my knowledge of, having worked with wigs as wearing them in my personal life for the last 10 years. And I also wanted to talk about the Kim wig, which I think I've had this since January. I've been regularly wearing it because my Milano ponytail wig, the cap got stretched out from me sleeping in it, and that one I have to throw on with headbands and just to kind of make it stay put at this point, even with the wig grip. This one I just was using tape, but I feel like the tape was sliding back on me. This is the tape that I wear. Actually, I'm glad, because people are always asking about adhesives. I get this, I don't know, it might be backwards to you guys. It probably will be. But it's Daily Wear C Contour 3M adhesive tape. I just get it on Amazon with my free 2-day shipping with Prime, which is now 3 to 5 day shipping because of the pandemic. Anyway, but these are nice, especially when I shave my hair all the way off, because I can just pop them on and they stick pretty good when I have the stubble on my head to help hold it in place. Lately, I haven't been messing with these because it still does tend to slide back on me from my hairline a little bit. And I've experienced being on a date and having a guy stare at my hairline because it slid back. So I didn't like my Milano lace wig grip at first, but I positioned it differently to where it was farther back from my hairline, because at first I was trying to wear it right at my hairline and that wasn't working. So I tried it again, positioning it like this far back from my hairline, and now I love it. I would show you guys, but I had a recent hair pulling episode and that's kind of embarrassing for me, so I'm not ready to show that on camera at this point. Maybe in the future. And as to the Miranda, I love this color. That kind of has like ash blonde roots, but they look gray to me. Here, let me turn up my ring light so you guys can see what I'm talking about. I also love that, okay, you guys can see the ash mixed with the blush baby powder pink kind of gives it a gray look to me. But I love this because Jon Renau came out with Miranda as a more affordable option, because really After wearing wigs for so long, all you really need is like a side part and a lace front to be believable. And the nice part about it is, since it's this way, you don't have that line that sometimes is too noticeable. So, and it's more affordable with this cap style. I don't know if I like, it's really pretty. I don't know if I like the layers that come in and kind of point around my face. That just has to do with my face shape and something that drives me insane, but everything else I like about it. I like the relaxed waves. I don't mind the layering in the back, just the front likes to point, and it might even just be this particular piece, but the front likes to kind of point in my face. I have got to train this wig before I can actually seriously wear it. Man, this is turning into a long video, and I'm sorry. I'm going to go ahead and talk about my Raquel Welch fail with the human hair that a very lovely wig sister passed on to me. I wanted to dye it. Don't mind my COVID-15 arms, ladies. I wanted to dye it because, you know, the color wasn't my thing, but I still like to have options, and I want to have fun colors of wigs. So, you know what? Never mind. This is not the wig that was the dye fail. That's telling me that I should wrap this up and talk about that in a different video, which I will. But anyway, I'm sorry that this video was all over the place. Next time, I think I will write myself an outline before I come on here. And hopefully you guys appreciated what I have to say. As to the trichotillomania, now I'm finally at the point with it that I can feel comfortable coming on to, you know, the world stage via the internet and talking about it. I've seen more people just being public with it, and that's helped me. So I kind of wanted to just be a little public with it and help other people. I know a lot of people that wear wigs do have trichotillomania. Maybe not like the majority of people, but I used to feel like I was so alone. And, you know, it's just really been this year that I realized that I'm not. There are a lot of people that have this, and, you know, you just have to make peace with it and do your best. Some people do really well and recover from it and don't need wigs or anything like that. Hopefully someday I'll get there. I don't know if I have damaged my scalp beyond the point of no return, because, you know, ripping out your hair at the roots is very damaging to the follicle, and it can make it difficult for it to grow back. So hopefully someday I can at least get to the point to where I can scale down to wearing toppers. Anyway, I know it's been rough for a lot of us with, you know, the COVID-19 and everything. So I hope everybody out there is doing well, and I will try to upload more videos to maybe answer some questions that I've seen in the wig groups. And now that I can actually do a tutorial where you can see what I'm doing, maybe I can, like, you know, show how I style like a monocrylic synthetic wig with like hot rollers or something, because I know there's a lot of questions. People think that they need to buy a steamer for that. Personally, I have a steamer. I have the $70 Jon Renau steamer, and I think I've used it a total of 3 times since I bought it in 2015. That'll be a different video. Anyway, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing, and if you haven't, hopefully you do, so I can, you know, reach more people and help more people that may need some guidance with this. And I hope that you all are staying well out there.